I'm just here representing you.
What's up, buddy?
Living the American dream, recovering from a fantastic Resurrection Sunday.
Yeah.
Um, it's always good hanging out with family, chilling, but our Sundays are busy. Then you throw in a pastor's birthday? Please.
Yeah. It was cool, man. The whole service was incredible. Both churches. I went back to
Yeah.
the 9 o'clock service, and man, um, I don't even know. The altars were full. It was just really really cool, and the 11 o'clock service, man, that the worship team was just different. You know, just different. So what y'all eat? What y'all eat?
Let's see, man, we had, of course, we had some ham because it's the Easter holiday. We had a fried turkey. Um, there was some English peas. There was some green beans. There was some homemade mashed potatoes, Hawaiian roll. It was a spread.
Did you take the Hawaiian sweet roll, open it up, put mashed potatoes on it, some peas, and put some ham on it, and make a sandwich?
I did not. I didn't eat any bread.
Man, you should have. You should have splurged, son.
Man,
That's
I wanted to throw that piece of ham in there. I didn't.
God, man, dude. You one day. You don't just take one day, Jerry.
Man, I've been this fat a lot of days, Jeff.
It was good. You had your whole family with you yesterday, man. Your kids.
Man, yeah, it was great. Yeah, Daniel and Abby come, as ghetto as they could, rolled up on a motorcycle. Um, then Bailey and Elle surprised us, so that was very good. Did you get to meet her?
I did. During when I went back there, you told me that she was there, so I went up there during worship and kind of just, or no, actually during your announcements when you were up there talking and doing your comedy show. Which was awesome, by the way. It was so good. But yeah, she's sweet, man. Just that out
Yeah,
there, he looks great, by the way. I don't know what
yeah,
he's slimming up. He's looking good, man.
yeah. He looks good. Until I got heckled off the stage by Charlotte.
Yep. She got you. Well,
She, I felt like I was Showtime with the Apollo, and Charlotte sweeping me off the stage. Get you.
but you would do that to her though.
No question. Well, I say that I hold her in such high regard, hold her in high esteem that I wouldn't do that to you, Charlotte.
That's not true. Yes, you would. Yes, you
Or
would.
would I?
Yeah, you would. Man,
What about Sophia?
man, that was awesome. I had no idea. I was talking to these boy kids, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this tall rascal comes up. I'm like, what in the world? It was a blessing to see her, man. I had no idea, no clue.
She's got spring break here, so
Yep.
you get to see her Wednesday.
You don't be telling me nothing.
It's a surprise, man. It was another Jeff Underwood birthday surprise.
Well, it's not. She came up to see her grandmamas for spring break, man.
Did you feel like it was a surprise for you?
Yes, I did. I did.
Then it was.
You know
Hmm.
what surprised to me? That today it's going to be 82 degrees. It's going to be cloudy all day, but it's going to be 82. So
Still. And traffic, surprisingly, is okay. Nothing stupid out there. Not really a lot of construction going on. It's excuse me. It's pretty okay, my guy.
hey, whatever happened to John Rocker?
I know he don't live in New York.
I was not expecting that answer.
Oh, sorry.
What happened to him? Is he still alive?
I would think. I hadn't heard John Rocker's dead.
He was on some. What was he on? Did he go on some kind of reality show or something? Like Fear Factor?
Was he? Man, that hadn't been on in years.
He was on something. I don't remember what he was on, but well, I mean, he only played in when he played in the '90s and the early 2000s.
Hmm.
So
He could throw it.
that would have been Fear Factor was on. I don't listen. I saw some rebel flags and I saw some left-handed pitching yesterday, and I just thought of John Rocker. I don't know where it came from. John Rocker.
That's fair.
Yeah,
So the Braves had a great series.
did they really did, bro? Um, some good hitting, uh, some good pitching. I think we just like you guys got screwed the other day in with an umpire behind the plate. Atlanta, I don't know if his cousin or somebody was umpiring behind the plate. Freed got out of an inning, bases loaded jam with one pitch. It was 3-2,
Yeah.
straight down the middle. And the dude called it a ball. There was no question it was a strike. A blind ump could see it was a strike. That gets him out of the inning. He can go in the dugout, regroup, come back out and pitch. No, man, he called a ball and it screwed him up. And he blew up.
Even the batter was surprised.
Yeah, he threw 54 pitches, I think, the first inning or something like that. A record for
Whew,
him.
that's a lot.
Yeah,
Man.
and it's a lot of work in one setting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. But yeah,
Well,
man, the ball.
the Yankees had a good series. They swept Houston, which the Braves fans enjoyed. Braves don't like Houston either. And Juan Soto is just different.
Yeah,
It's just different. He's really changed the culture a little bit on that team,
yeah.
having fun and showing some energy. Aaron Judge is not playing very well right now.
No, it looks like he's top hand strong right now. He's rolling over the ball. It looks like to me.
Yeah, I think he's leading the league in hitting 2 double plays right now.
Yeah, probably. My wife and I were watching some baseball yesterday, and we watched Otani a little bit. I wanted to watch him hit, and I was telling Will, "Hey man, I want you to watch Otani hit." So we're sitting there watching, and I mean, and of course, right as I call him in there, I say, "Hey, Otani's up to bat." So he comes in, and first pitch, Otani rolls over the ball, hits in front of the plate, maybe goes 3 feet, and Ellie goes, "Well, that was lackluster. That guy's not any good." It shows you how much she knows about baseball. So all of that one at bat, Otani is not any good, and he's lackluster. So, but anyway, great.
And apparently he can't pick a parlay for crap.
That's right. He sucks with that, doesn't he? Oh my gosh. What about you? What about you, Crimson Tide, man? You got red on. I know that's your U.S. Open shirt, but if I just figure out a way to cut that top off, I could say you had Alabama stuff on.
Yeah, no one would believe it.
I'm so excited, man. These guys are going to the Final Four for the first time in history for that program, anyway. And then you've got NC State going back for the first time since 1983 when Jim Valvino, is that the year that he won the championship, right?
Yep. Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Don't ever give up, yeah. You and I talked about, matter of fact, on this show few months ago or a few weeks ago about him running around trying to find somebody to hug and how cool that was. But I'm worried but excited that Alabama gets to play UConn. They're hot. They're good, strong. They do everything right. They're coached well. I don't know of any holes other than Alabama's going to have to just run them to death and play chaotic basketball like they play and actually bow up and play some defense. That's the only chance that, and not turn the ball over. So, what do you think about that?
Well, if you guys can hit those threes, you got a puncher's chance, right? But UConn's different. They're built different. They're just different.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Coach Hurley knows what he's doing. Been in the big games before. Won this thing last year. Hard to repeat.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how it turns out, man. It's gonna be a great game, just to sit back and watch for a basketball fan, right?
Oh,
Just to sit. Somebody's not invested in either team. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy it.
yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's great basketball, and we've watched. I can't tell you how many games I've watched this year. I've watched probably more than I ever have, and I really have enjoyed it. There has been some great games. There are some really good athletes, and some really good teams that you wouldn't think name wise are great basketball teams, and it's just been great to watch, man. It's super fun this year, and is there a difference to you this year than years before?
No, not really, man. I think the game has evolved and changed a little bit, and with players transferring, not willing to buy their time, um, but you still got the typical. It's not like Grand Canyon is not a great basketball school, right?
Sure.
They made a run last year. All these little people who just turn on and flippantly watch it during the tournament time may not know a lot of these teams, but they've been solid teams. Marquette, solid teams for a long, long time.
Yeah, sure, sure. I mean, and I watch every year. I maybe not as much. One being Alabama's in it, so I've watched every one of their games. But for whatever reason, I'm trying to figure out who they're going to match up against and what's going to happen. And I wanted to win, a few $100s, so I was keeping up with the games for my bracket and that kind of deal. And that's over with, I think. I mean, I've still got Purdue picked to win, and this big fella. Oh, I watched them last night or yesterday afternoon. Yesterday afternoon. That kid is different.
Oh, number 15.
Yeah, 7'4" tall.
Still can't hit a free throw.
He did struggle. I think he was 50% from the line yesterday, but
That brother airballed one. I said, "What in the Shaquille O'Neal's going on here?"
He's still got a nice shot, man, and the
Mm.
way he elevates, he can jump, and a lot of big guys that are 7'4" like that and big. He's a big guy. Don't jump. Isaac Haas could jump out of the building, play for Purdue. He could
Not
jump.
like this.
Not
Not
like
like him.
he
Mm-mm.
just do. He can do everything. I don't know if I've seen a guy that big.
I think I've not seen a big man jump like that since Teddy Whitmire.
I mean, big man.
Yeah,
Or
just big, tall, can do it all. That's Teddy Whitmire.
Teddy's big and tall.
Teddy
Ted,
said he ain't gonna airball free throw though.
Teddy's muscular. I don't know about tall
Hey, Matthew, Cherry, not necessarily surprised that North Carolina State beat Duke. They're on one of the greatest runs in the history of basketball from where they were, and what a fun team. Um, how do you not root for NC State?
though.
Of
Yeah.
course, I wasn't rooting for NC State yesterday because I'm a Duke guy, but you can't be mad at the way they play and how they do things, and they're the underdog. Good on them, man. I'm rooting for them against Purdue.
Uh, yeah, I probably am too. Yeah, I am too. But I still like seeing the big guy do work. It's just it's awesome. But I also saw where you're golly, what I can't remember his name, but anyway, he dunked over the big fella, and it was pretty poster-esque. And you probably gonna see that on social media
Yeah.
somewhere. Uh, which was cool. And you could see Big 15 get a little deflated, like, man, that's going to be all over the internet. But then he just came out and played like a freaking beast. His mom, they were showing her in the stands, and she's a
Yeah.
tall. Was she an athlete or play basketball?
I know nothing about it. I
Yeah.
really know nothing about that program. Since Isaac is not there.
Yeah. I've kind of quit. Yeah. I haven't kept up with him in many years now since Isaac left. And I know you and I used to watch him when he was playing just because he's a homeboy and Seth's nephew and all that jazz. But there's been some great basketball, though, man. It's so funny. My
Hey,
mom, make sure she's good. Yeah, she's good.
I'm sorry. Interesting story I saw where you know the Darius Miles capital murder trial in Birmingham, right?
I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with it, but I ain't kept up with
So
it.
the witness in that trial got killed in a motorcycle crash yesterday.
Really.
What in the P Diddy's going on?
The key witness?
Yeah, the eyewitness
Oh,
gone.
bro.
You know,
I mean, certain things do happen. Wow. I don't know, bro. I was watching where Ernie Johnson was giving a big old shout out to your boy yesterday. He was talking about Chris Stewart and you know uh, what's the guy that just retired or got fired from Alabama?
Eli Gold.
Yeah, they're gonna kill me. I'm an Alabama guy, but Ernie Johnson is such a good dude, man. I've been, he suffered from a lot of health issues himself, and but I'm just I love that he gives Chris and these people shout outs and loving on them, and he his relationship that he has with Charles Barkley to me is just freaking awesome. I
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
love
cool.
about Ernie Johnson, man. Again, this coverage I can't get off the NCAA tournament because it's been super fun, man. But anyway, there you go, super fun.
Ain't no wrong with that.
No, man, ain't no wrong with giving people shout outs and give them a little kudos and a little love, all that kind of stuff. Um, how did you think Chris Sale did yesterday?
I think you're going to see a lot better outings from him.
I hope
I
so.
think the dude could pitch, bro. I mean, again, we talk about it all the time, and any of the coaches that are watching this, I'm sure can speak to it. You're not as bad as your worst performance. You're not as good as your best performance. It's about just hanging in there. Hey,
Yeah.
Matthew, you had the USL was a crazy weekend, especially with the kid kicking a 64-yard field goal to win the game. He was a good college kicker, but he was a kickoff specialist. He didn't kick extra points. Hadn't kicked field goals since high school.
And he kicked a 65-yard field goal.
64
Son.
to win the game.
Is this the Stallions? The
No, I think it was one of the Michigan teams.
Michigan teams. Where are they playing the majority of their games this year? The UFL. Are they
The
still?
Stallions?
Sorry.
The Stallions?
No, are they still doing it like they did the inaugural year of the USFL before they merged with the XFL, or all of this deal, or not? Is it XFL? Who did they merge with? Is it XFL? Yeah,
Yeah, I
right.
think so. Yeah.
But used to they like the first season they played all in Birmingham, and then
No. They're all over. I think.
so they are traveling
Yeah.
now. Okay.
Coach Teddy Whitmire checking in with that 15-inch vertical.
What? You say Coach Teddy's got a 15-inch vertical?
That's what Coach Teddy says.
Oh, he did say that? Okay.
Yeah, he said he's got a 15-inch vertical. I appreciate you stepping up, Coach. Hey, when you look at that vertical compared to his height, that's pretty good. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk a little bit if Coach Teddy's still watching or some of these other coaches that they'll be jumping on. I want to talk a little bit about NFL draft coming up. one of my favorite things to do. I'm actually in the midst of putting together my 1.0 mock draft. Um, should be a fun little show. Um, how much do all those drills, the 40 times, the jumps, all that stuff, the cone drills, how much does that translate into actual field performance?
Hmm.
I know somewhat, but you always have some people who just play way different than they practice, right?
Hmm.
So if one of the strength and conditioning coaches or any of the coaches can chime in here, I'm just curious about how much that actually translates to successful next level.
What are your thoughts on it? Why they're doing it?
Well, it's pretty tough to beat speed. So a 40 time is one thing, but also they don't run that 40 time in helmets and shoulder pads.
Okay. Okay.
So it's different. Game speed is different than practice speed. Game speed is different than those drills, but everything's so analytical when it comes to NFL draft that there has to be some kind of correlation. If you're in this percentile, you're probably going to equal this. There's some X factors, so I know it's not just numbers. Case in point, Jerome Bettis was a 4.7 40, and that brother's in the Hall of Fame, one of the best running backs to ever do it. Excuse me. Audric Estime ran a 4.71 at the combine, but on his pro day ran a 4.58. Much better.
So is the draft what is it, this Thursday?
No, it's the 25th, I think.
25th of April. Okay.
It starts the Thursday before we play in the golf tournament.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, we on the 27th. So yeah, you're okay. All right.
Yeah, the first round is Thursday night. The second and third round is Friday, and fourth through seventh is on Saturday.
I got you. I just know it starts on a Thursday night because you're always weirded out the NFL night, that draft. Or the first.
It's one of my most favorite shows to put together, though. I love giving my mock draft predictions, which means nothing. The draft is crazy. I just enjoy doing it.
Well, it's exciting to you because you pick it, and then a lot of them you go in there and it's right, and then
Sometimes.
or then when they make a weird move, you're like, what the, So I watched the first round with you 2 years ago. We had you guys over and watched the first round, and well, half of the first round. Was it half of the first round?
Right at.
Yeah. And it was interesting to watch you because you were sitting up on the edge of the couch, kind of like you were watching Notre Dame football or something like that. It was pretty. It
Yep.
was fun to watch. But since then, you've gone back as a recluse in your cave to watch it. So.
Well, if your grill is fired up with some steaks on it, I'll make it come out for the draft.
Well, let me share something with you, sir. I am going today because of you and some of your friends like you, because of my birthday. And I'm gonna buy myself a brand new grill. My kids bought me one 4 years ago, and I've used the crap out of it. And so now, because of you and your peoples and people like my mom and Nancy and everybody else, I'm gonna go get me one. So we will fire it up, son. We'll fire. Hopefully, we'll fire it up on the day that Ellie and Kelly are gone to like a women's thing.
Yes.
Nancy,
Does it have a
do a women's ministry program for the whole night on Thursday the 25th, so Jerry and I can do a draft party.
just the two of us?
Us.
That's great. That's fantastic. So what I'm hearing is, as soon as the show's over, I'm helping you carry a big old grill to your house. That's what I heard.
Yeah. I mean, basically, right? I mean, you're cool with that. I mean,
Hey, Coach says he thinks you can see a lot from the reaction drills, but drill experts don't make you a good player. That's fair.
that is fair. I mean, right?
Hey, yeah, Matthew, the draft is on. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. First round on Thursday night. Third round on Friday night, and fourth through the seventh on Saturday.
So who's got the first pick? Is it Carolina?
Chicago.
Chicago's got the first pick.
Yeah.
And so you're still all over.
It's Caleb Williams, no
Yeah.
question.
I, why is there a reason that would change to not be?
No.
It wouldn't. There's no.
The only reason you could even conceivably think about that changing is if you trade down, get some
Right.
more draft capital. Chicago only has 4 picks in this draft.
Okay.
So, but if you think Caleb is obviously they're going quarterback, you trade Justin. You gave Justin Fields away to Pittsburgh, but you've done some good things as far as free agency and trading. You got some players. So I think they keep number 1. They also pick at number 8, I
Okay.
think.
That
So they
from
got 2.
right last year.
Yeah, they got 2 top 10s.
Yeah.
So I think they're going Caleb Williams number 1, and they'll probably go whichever. If there's not a run on wide receivers, I think Odunze will be a good fit there. Rome Odunze.
Rounds at
Malik,
8.
Malik Neighbors. They need so much. They're not going to make a bad pick there.
Well, Marvin Harrison Jr. is not going to be around. He's kind of
No.
him and Caleb are the number 1 and number 2 flip flop, whatever you look at picks. So you don't think they'll go with Harrison Jr.?
No.
Okay.
Who's going to throw him the ball?
Right. Yeah. So they got to have somebody to throw it first. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, that's right.
Yeah. And they got some. They're okay with that. So I think. I think Odunze would be a tremendous pickup for him there. What is this? Who you think goes first? Kool-Aid. Oh, I think Arnold goes first. I think he's a top 12 guy. What's up, Samuel Ray? Coach, I think Kool-Aid is a bottom third of the draft guy. I think somewhere between pick 22 and 31. I don't think Kansas City is going to pick a Kool-Aid. I don't think it's a real need for them. I think Kansas City is going to go best available, probably a fast wide receiver, but I don't think he drops below San Francisco at 31, and I don't really think he goes before 22.
So you think Terrian goes before Kool-Aid?
I think Terrian is my number 2 cornerback in the draft behind the kid from Toledo. I think the kid from Toledo is the number 1 cornerback in the draft. So I think Arnold goes top 12 probably.
He plays bigger than 6 foot.
Yeah,
He's fat.
yeah. Just
I mean,
he's always in the right position. Hey Matthew, why do you want Miami to get Odell Beckham?
Is he still playing?
Yeah, but he's a locker room nightmare. He's a me guy.
Well,
he's me centric.
I didn't know he was playing anywhere. I didn't know anybody picked him up.
He's at Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's good for the locker room. Does he have talent? Absolutely, Matthew has talent. But where does he fit in with those receivers? With Tyreek Hill, the cheetah. You got Jalen Waddle. That's your speed guys.
Yeah.
I don't know where Odell would actually fit in that offense. I mean,
could you bump Odell to a tight end? He's a big guy.
No.
You couldn't?
No.
Why does he not fit?
He's not that. He ain't that big.
So he's what, 195? He's not a 220, 210, 220 guy.
Yeah, tight end guys now are, and in that offense, they have solid tight ends there. Of course, they have a Notre Dame tight end. So,
well, speaking of Notre Dame, what about Alt? Where do you think he goes?
I think he does not drop below 7. I think Joe Alt. Actually, if you see my blank spot right here, yes. I got an autographed Joe Alt jersey that the frame broke.
Oh,
so I have to replace. So my autographed Joe Alt goes right there.
I didn't notice. It's different. It looks good though, by the way.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like it. So Joe Alt, I think, goes to Tennessee at 7 at the latest. Could go as early as 5, probably to San Diego. Although I think San Diego, so Chargers, let's say the Chargers. I think the Chargers are throwing smoke screens up, and You release Mike Williams. I mean, he's gone. You traded Keenan Allen. Herbert's got to get a wide receiver. I mean, so Harbaugh has to get a wide receiver for him. So I think he's going to go wide receiver. Could it be Brock Bowers, the Georgia tight end? He's kind of a hybrid H-back, wide receiver, tight end kind of dude. Yeah, but I think he's probably going to go best available.
Bowers is the Georgia kid. Is that?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a beast. How big is Alt? Is he like 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah, 6'7", 6'6", 6'7". You know, his dad was an NFL tight end as well, NFL tackle. He was recruited to Notre Dame as a tight end and grew into a tackle. But what that means is he's got good ball skills. He has good feet.
Yeah.
He's given up 3 sacks in 3 years. Joe Alt's special, and he's going to be a plug-and-play left tackle. He's going to be there for 12, 15 years, wherever he goes, which I think is Tennessee.
He's going to play for – oh, really? I can see that. That'd be awesome. You get to see him play. That'd be good. you know you want to go to Nashville. You got Kelly, those new boots. You go take her up to Nashville and watch some games?
Yeah, what happened last time we were in Nashville?
Okay, we're going to keep going. Moving right along, Jerry.
Hey, Matthew, Arnold is 100% going to be a first-round pick. Maybe he's going to go top 12, probably top 15 picks in the first round.
What about Mims? You were talking about Mims. Did you mention? No, you mentioned Bowers. What about Mims from Georgia? The
big tackle.
Yeah, tackle. Yeah.
I think he's a first-round guy, but I think it's you never know. There's always a couple runs on position players, so you never know when that run's going to hit. So people get nervous. So it's a great tackle class this year.
That's what I was.
It's a great wide receiver class. It's a very good top end quarterback draft. I still think Denver needs to pull the trigger on Bo Nix. He fits that offense perfectly.
Right.
And I still think one of the top quarterbacks is going to be Michael Penix Jr. When you're so accurate, the release is so good, he's going to surprise some people, but it's going to be about the right fit.
Right.
Russell Wilson does not fit Sean Payton's offense. Bo Nix, Michael Penix fits that offense. I think Bo Nix fits that Sean Payton offense better than Penix.
Really?
What do I know? I'm that white guy in Rainbow City.
What about JJ, though? Do you think he fits?
You know, I don't know. He's not the perfect fit for that offense that we know of because he never had to do those things. In his offense at Michigan, he did what he was asked to do.
Right.
I'm not as high on him as others. I think Jason Cole loves the guy, but he's a bandwagon guy anyway. So
yeah, but to be fair, you hate Michigan, but you do like this kid. You think he's a heck of an athlete.
Well, yeah, I changed, right? I hate Michigan, right? But once that's over with, and I'm truly just talking football and drafts and players, none of that matters. None of that matters to me. Yeah. I think he did everything he was asked to do. I don't truly know. Was that?
I said obviously he did everything he was asked to do.
So I don't know what throw. It's easier to throw against the air, right? So the combine and all these other things, right? So I don't know.
See, that's your shot. You gotta get a shot in.
How?
It's easy to throw against the air. You just
no. That's what I'm saying. You don't know if he can make the contested throw because to see these throws he's really just doing during the combine and pro day. And so we'll see. These guys are way smarter than me. No, I don't think the kicker is going to get drafted. I don't think that one kicker is going to get drafted. I think only 2 possible kickers go. I think the kicker from they'll get roster spots. They'll be unrestricted free agents, undrafted free agents. I think the kicker from Stanford Katie will get drafted. And I also think Little John from Arkansas will get drafted. I think that's probably the only two kickers.
That's a
Um,
big leg. Yeah,
both of them. And
yeah.
as far as Dallas Turner, I think Dallas Turner, he's my top defensive player coming off the draft. I don't think if he's there for Atlanta at number 9, I think they got the 9th pick, Jeff. I think
They do.
perfect fit, perfect. He's my number 1 edge guy is Dallas Turner. Um, yeah,
So,
even
go ahead. Sorry.
I would say even above the Florida State kid, that's really making some moves in a lot of people's mock drafts. Some people are rating him. I think Dallas Turner, number 9 or number 8 to Atlanta or number 9, wherever Atlanta picks. I can't remember. I don't have it up.
So you think Verse is not going
defensive player. I think Dallas Turner is the first defensive player drafted. If he's not, he'll be the second behind the Toledo cornerback.
Okay. Well, I think Dallas Turner's going as the first defensive player. There's no. I mean, obviously, I'm an Alabama guy, but I've watched this guy line up against the best of the best, and he's just he can turn that edge. He can just roll off of blockers. He makes the miss. He's different, man.
Dallas Turner is what I hope DJ Mackey could be for Kusa this year.
Could be. He's kind of starting out built that way, right? I mean,
he could dominate.
Yeah.
I think DJ Mackey could. Not saying he's going to be a Dallas Turner because there's not many Dallas Turners in the world, right? But he could be that kind of impactful, dynamic player. But yeah, Matthew, I think Dallas Turner is the first. Hey, you have to watch the show when it's completely done. So I'll give you my whole first round breakdown. It'll be the Kapow mock draft 1.0.
I'll be producing that show like this.
I like it. I like it.
So you think Mitchell after Turner?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I know. I was looking because I know how you are. So a few days ago, I was. Well, what's the date? This is Monday. So Monday or Tuesday of last week, I'm looking at different projections of where people would be because I know I've got to at least know these guys' names and where they play. So normally I'm reading up on baseball and studying and writing different text, and I've got about 40 different sermon starters that I've written, and then I build off of those whatever day it is or whatever I'm studying, and I go, oh, that goes with that. But here lately, I'm looking at stupid NFL drafts because I know this show's coming, and that's where it's always going to end up going somewhere or another. So if you think that, wow, Jeff knows some of these guys' names, it's only because I've been studying because Jerry White is stupid, like an idiot savant when it comes to the NFL draft.
Well, key word is idiot, and that's fair.
Oh, wow. Okay. Did you call me an idiot, or are you agreeing that I called you idiot?
Yeah. I mean, I'm an idiot. Yeah. It's on my resume. Idiot. It's spelled wrong too, just to be funny.
Oh, you saying that?
No. Yeah, hey, Mackey does have so much talent, Coach. I appreciate you saying that. He has to work harder mentally and gain some weight. He's the perfect hybrid guy, though. Mackey can be game-changing.
Who said that? O'Brien?
No, Whitmire. Mark O'Brien's probably still asleep.
That is smart, though. I do like that.
And so who? You're a Dallas guy, right? Obviously, you're a Dallas guy. You're a Falcon guy. Who you want both your teams to draft?
If it's me,
yeah,
without a question, I'm going Caleb Williams.
Okay, so who do you want your two players to draft that have to actually have a shot?
But don't ask me. I want Dak out. I want him gone. There's a couple of different factors into that. Dallas has got to figure out something on the offensive line. So I think you go with your guy from Notre Dame, Alt.
He ain't gonna be there.
I know, but if you're asking me who I would take, but he's not going to be there.
Sure.
But if you're looking at best available, Dallas has got what I don't know. You have to tell me what they got.
You're gonna make me pull it up, aren't you?
Yes, I am because I'm using my computer right now. So my phone has got the comments up and I can't see them because my mom keeps texting.
I think, let's see if I can get this pulled up. I think that Guyton from Oklahoma could be available for Dallas. I think that's a good pick. Here we go. So
what about Latham from Alabama?
CJ will be. I don't know that he'll be there 24.
Probably not.
That's the range he'll get picked. So the Falcons. I was actually right. The Falcons at 8, and then Dallas at 24.
If I'm the Falcons, I would go with Mitchell because the way you talk, Dallas Turner's not going to be there on the edge.
I got Dallas Turner going to Atlanta at 8.
But if he's there, then you go Dallas Turner. But if not, then I think you get a cornerback, and I think you go
from Toledo. Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. But Dallas, man, we're in a catch-22. I mean, we're in a place that just maybe Latham, if he's there, and it 24. I don't know. I don't know if he's there at 24, but we got to do something with the offensive line. I know if Dak is going to continue to be our quarterback, we've got to figure out something to give this guy some time to do whatever it is he does. And I know he's played a great year. I know he had a great regular season, but we got to carry that through to the playoffs. So
yeah. Okay, I like it.
What about
two teams? We pick at 28 and 31. So I think San Francisco is probably going to go line. It makes sense. A little help in the offensive line down that low. But Buffalo, I want Buffalo to trade out of the first round. We don't have a third-round pick, so I want us to trade back. Probably take the best wide receiver available, although I would probably take the best edge rusher. I like the kid from Illinois, Newton. I also like the kid from UCLA who is not going to be there, Leatu. He's my number one edge rusher. I don't think he gets past Jacksonville at 17. But probably, I can see a wide receiver for Buffalo. Then I can see a lineman for San Francisco. But I hope Buffalo trades back and gets some draft capital.
What pick did you say they're at, Buffalo?
28 and 31.
Oh. There may not be a whole lot around. I mean, there's going to be.
We'll get some studs.
It's a big class, right? I mean, but for what you're needing, you think you can get what you want at 28-30? Or what you guys need, maybe?
Yeah, but obviously the lower you pick, theoretically, the less you need. You're a better team. Yeah. Obviously, you're a playoff team. You make some runs. So, Sammy Ray said them cowgirls. They need to move to the XFL.
Hey, Sam, what the heck, man?
Cherry, too. I agree. Cowgirls need to tell Dak to take a hike.
Well, that's true. I agree with that. Bye-bye. Get on out, sucker. I'm tired. I'm tired of even looking at him. What do you think about the LSU guy, the wide receiver, Brian Thomas?
Malik Neighbors?
No, Brian Thomas. You talked about
Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah. He's a 4.3 guy, makes explosive plays, runs good route. He's not a route technician, but he's a good route runner and very explosive. And that would be, I would love to see him at Buffalo at 28. I think he'd go.
He's like 6'4", 180. I mean, he's like 200.
Dude's a big dude.
Yeah.
And you got two wide receivers on that. No wonder LSU's offense was so potent, right? Malik Neighbors, some people even have him rated higher than Marvin Harrison Jr. Wow. I don't. I think Marvin Harrison edges him out. I think it's 1A and 1B with those two. But you got Malik Neighbors and you got Brian Thomas Jr. on the outside. No wonder Chase Daniels had a Heisman Trophy year.
Golly, son.
Right? Yeah.
The beast.
I'd love him to be at Buffalo, but I don't think he gets out of the teens.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
I was reading where he's probably the fourth taken, maybe fourth or fifth taken. I think that's what it was.
Fourth or fifth wide receiver?
Yeah, that could bump him down to 17, 18, somewhere around in there.
Yeah. Right. See, again, a lot of this is needs. What team needs what? All wide receivers are different. Maybe you need a slot guy. Maybe you need an outside guy. Maybe you need an end around jet sweep more of a guy. So just because it says wide receivers, what fits best for that team? What's the need? And people, when you look at the draft, you have to think need. At some point, though, it's just you have a generational talent. I don't care what I need. This is who I'm getting.
Yeah. I think that's why you like the NFL draft so much, is because you look at things as if you were a general manager, and I think that's what people look at it. If you like the draft, don't go in with the mindset like Jerry has taught me. I go in with the mindset of what we need, but you got to look realistically of where your pick is based off of what you need, who you think is going to be projected to be left. So you go into the mindset of a general manager. I think that's why you like it so much, is because you say, you know what, my fantasy league is not these players. That's great. My fantasy league would be a fantasy league as a general manager in the NFL, who I'm going to pick to fit our need.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I love it. I really, really love it. Again, exciting. Love it.
Well,
I'm no Teddy Whitmire. I'm no Mark O'Brien, but
they ain't an NFL general manager either.
No, they're pretty much general managers of a soon-to-be state champion football team.
Level high school football coaches that could be college coaches. Let's just put that out there. And you have introduced me and put me around a bunch of high school coaches over the last many, many years. And I have met some high integrity guys, some good coaches. By the way, you see my Coosa gear today.
Look at you.
Well, it's going to be 80 degrees. I had a little windbreaker, put this little action on. I don't know if I've ever met, with an exception for a few coaches, assistant coaches, and things at Etowah, coaches with as much integrity and as much potential to go to the next level. I know these guys, some of them don't even want to go to the next level. They just want to be where they're at. They're grateful and love what they're doing at Coosa. But I think of, and you'll laugh at me, but I think of the guy that works for my wife or works at her school, but he's a coach. He's retired. Your boy, you went to school with him, Pierce. Coach
Philip Pierce.
Yeah, I think he is a high integrity guy. I think he loves the kids. I think he's a really good coach because you made me start watching him. I didn't know how I felt about him, but watching him coach, and you said to watch how he develops these kids as players. Coach Philip Pierce needs to be coaching football somewhere.
I agree.
I believe that with all my heart. I think he's really, really good. But then Coach Booker, I think watching him develop players and give the best guy the best shot, not always the obvious guy, the best shot. In my mind, I'm thinking, it's obvious, Booker, you need to put this guy in this position. Booker, he sees something totally different than we see from the booth or from the stands. He sees heart, he sees work ethic, he sees strength, and character, and he puts these kids in the right positions.
Here's what I'm going to say about Brandon Booker, and congratulations for Book to accept the defensive line job at Southside. I think that's going to turn out to be an incredible hire, and we need to have Booker on the show this week or next week, by the way. We've been meaning to do that for a while, but he is a motivator, right? He's played the position. He understands it. He's played at a high level. His guys will run through a wall for him, right? So Booker is one of those under the radar kind of coaches that Southside hit a home run with him.
I didn't know he was on the market. I had no idea.
He shouldn't have been on the market.
No, he should not have. They should have locked him up at Etowah, and shame on y'all.
They banged themselves.
I knew Joey Colcuts was gonna make it into this episode today.
Teddy Whitmire said he's just a dumb old hillbilly from Fife.
No, man, Teddy, I don't think you are, man. I know you love that community and you downplay yourself a lot. And beforehand, I didn't think you did. I didn't think you downplayed yourself. I'm just telling you. That was my perception from Jerry because I get all my information.
I did.
But
I said, Jeff, come look at this a-hole.
He did. But I'll tell you something, man.
Now he's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, you're different. And I love watching you love on these kids, but push them. Kids, especially teenage boys, need to be pushed. And in a loving way, but sometimes it's got to be aggressive. Sometimes it's got to be a little edgy. Sometimes it's got to be get your rear end in gear and get it done. But also there's kids that don't need that, and you back up. I've seen you adjust and coach these kids the way they're supposed to be coached, because every kid is not coachable the same way. They're not. I coached
Absolutely
a long time, and they're not coached the same way. And I've seen some of the great. Matter of fact, a kid that transferred, he transferred to Piedmont that I coached in small ball. He wasn't even a pitcher, and I saw his arm. The kid's a right fielder when I coached him. When he came up to my team, to the 12 and 13-year-old league, and he just threw the ball on a line anywhere. You hit the ball out there. Beautiful form, beautiful technique, crow hop, beautiful way. You can't crow hop unless you're athletic. You got to know how to do that, right? Nobody taught him how to do that. So I said, you know what? This guy throws hard. I put him on the mound. And that dude's pitching now at Piedmont, and he's legit. That's not on me, but you got to coach him differently. He didn't take it yelling. You didn't yell at this kid.
Yeah.
You coached him up. You loved on him, and you figured out. And that's what Teddy does. That's what Teddy does to all these boys.
Read Teddy's comment.
What'd he say? Dude, is that not that would be my bio if I'm preaching a conference? I'm not reading that. You read it.
Why you always try to get me to do stuff, Pastor? Oh, you're more sanctified than me. Okay. Truth tellers are a-holes now, soft society we live in. That's real. That's real, Teddy. And again, our first opinion of Teddy is totally different than the real opinion of Teddy.
Sure.
We love Teddy Whitmire.
Oh, man. Yeah. I enjoy watching these guys. And Coach O'Brien, different. Could be coaching right there with his boy John, if he wanted to. But he loves what he's doing, man. I mean, you got to give it to guys like that. That could be at a different level, career-wise, name recognition-wise. You got to give it to guys like these boys these men that stick with the stuff and continue to do what they're doing. So, just like you, let's just put it out there. I'll say it. You won't ever say it, but I'll say it. I know for a fact you've been offered collegiate play-by-play jobs. You won't do it. You're not interested in doing it. You don't want to. You want to be home with your wife. At that time, you wanted to be home with your kids. They were coming up, marching band and traveling, all kinds of stuff. So you wanted to be around them, and
yeah,
I got to give it to you. I mean, that's pretty legit. So,
or stupid on my part.
I was going to say that, but Kelly, we go back and watch this. So.
Yeah, you know what? I love what we're doing here. I love, we're growing Capel, and I was very close to retiring from doing play-by-play. You know that was very, very close. Coos is the reason I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I have a renewed vigor I'm going to be working on my trade all summer. We're going to go spend some time with some play-by-play announcers. Um, we want it to be very special, and I have a passion for it again. Man, I love being around the program. I was disenfranchised with everything that was going on at Etowah High School,
Yeah.
to be quite frank, and some of the leadership there. And let's face it, I was so fed up because of Coach Glover,
Sure.
and how he acted, his general attitude. I was done. I wanted nothing to do with anything that that he was a part of.
Yeah.
Does that mean that he don't have a great family? Man, he's got great kids, great wife. I wish him nothing but the best. But sometimes people don't see things the same way. I'm not saying who's right or who's wrong, but his way was not my way, and what
Right.
he found important is not what I found important. Um, but make no mistake, my love for Etowah High School or Atala,
Yeah.
I'll fight you. Man, I'm a fat white man. What does that do? I'll get beat up, but it doesn't matter. Jamie Grant's got my back. Captain America will fight for me.
He will. He will. Okay.
Jamie Grant doesn't even like me.
I don't even need Jamie to fight for me. I just need him to bring me a steak and a Hunt Brothers pizza and some coffee, and I'm good.
He'll do it for you. He loves you. He does not like me.
He don't even like me, man. That dude. The first thing he said when he walked out of our first service in the tally, he goes, "I didn't expect that from you."
He told somebody the other day, Jeff, Jerry's not as funny as he thinks he is.
Well, I would have to agree with that because usually I am the brunt of your jokes.
No, here's the thing. All my stuff, I'm not being funny. I'm just speaking truth, and people say he must be joking.
So he said you're not as funny as you think you are.
That's what he told some
I don't
people.
think that you think that you're funny.
Huh?
I don't think that you think that you're funny.
I don't.
think what Coach Teddy said. I think you really feel that you're an a-hole, and you have embraced it, and you've pulled it up, and you've loved it, and you've nourished it, and you've honed in your craft, and you are the king. Oh, I've gone a little far. My bad.
Hey, read this last comment from Teddy. I agree, Teddy. Let's do it.
Speaking of pizza, when are we going to rate them the new pizza joint? Hey, Teddy, look, my wife and I, we went to see our granddaughter, and we said we're going to call in a pizza when we leave her house in Ragland, right, or in Talladega County. So when we leave, we're going to call in an order at the new pizza company, the Alabama Pizza Company, and we're going to go pick it up and tell Jerry, and of course we tell you guys. And it was an hour and 50-minute wait just to call in and go pick up a pizza. And so we drove by there, and dude, I'm gonna tell you something. People were parked in Western Sizzlin's parking lot, packed, and every time they're open from 11 to 4 every single day. So we got to go by there one day. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, hey, we got to end this episode. My wife's got to go to work.
Miss Kelly, we love you.
I got to look at her before she leaves. I mean, say bye.
Oh, bye.